ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
Today we are honored to host Dr. Bharat Butaney, the owner of Anubhar Medical Center. With his vision and leadership, Dr. Butaney has played a pivotal role in establishing the center as a trusted healthcare provider in the UAE. So stay tuned to know more about Dr. Bharat and his medical center.
The UAE rulers are probably the best available around. They have been their vision has helped each one of us grow. The very fact that I was born in India, but I've grown in UAE. So in our language we say Janam Bhumi, which is the place where you're born, and Karam Bhumi, where you've been working. But Karam Bhumi has placed a bigger role because I've spent more years here than the place where I was born. I'd say you are the best if you render yourself redundant.
Yes.
So like the police is best if there is no crime. The doctor is best if there's no illness.
Yes.
So I look forward towards an era where there'll be no sick people.
Welcome, dear audience, to your favorite program, Pearls of Union, which shed light and focus on the remarkable journeys of the successful individuals here in the UAE. And today from Dubai, we are highlighting and shedding the light on a new successful story in the healthcare field. Let me start the episode by welcoming our guest for today, Dr. Bharat Butaney. Dr. Butaney represents Medical Anubhar Center as a CEO and a founder. Welcome, Doctor. It's our pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine as well to have you here.
Thank you, Doctor. Every successful venture starts with a strong foundation and a clear vision. So how was Anubhar Medical Center founded, and what vision led to its establishment in the healthcare field?
I'm Dr. Bharat. I am an internal medicine specialist and doing general practice in UAE. I graduated in 1979 and post-graduated, did my MD in 1983. And after working for a couple of years in the government sector in India, I moved to Iran. That was 1985. And there was a war going on in Iran at that time. So probably wherever I go, there was a war. And 1990, I came to Dubai and applied for a license to practice medicine in Dubai. And I came and acquired the license, and the Kuwait war started. So I was wondering that I went to Iran, the war was there. I came to UAE and the war is here. But anyways, so after getting the license, I went back to Iran to get my family from there.
Yes.
People advised that people are running away from UAE, you are going there. Is it wise? I said, well, Allah Kareem, He takes care if He wants me to be there. So I came back, I think it was February 1991 when the war finished, and March 13th I landed in UAE again with my family, finally winding up from Iran. And I had a license to practice, so I decided to look for a job or put up my own setup. There were not many doctors in UAE at that time.
Yes.
Not many clinics also. The population was small, and Dubai was really a human Dubai. Now it's more tech-savvy Dubai. So things have changed since then a lot. My number, the registration number with the health authority, at that time there was no DHA. DHA was not born. We had Dubai DOHMS, Department of Health and Medical Sciences. So my number, registration number with DOHMS was 593 only. That was only. This was all the doctors total who were there, who left already, and now I think we have currently more than 13,000 doctors in Dubai.
More than
13,000 in Dubai itself. So I think the last figure which I read for 2024 end was 13320 or 70, something like that. So it's a huge number. So from 500 to 13,000, this has been the growth of healthcare system in Dubai. So I had, yes, a very important person in my life was, there was a psychiatrist by name of Dr. Gajwani. He was my professor of psychiatry in the medical school.
Yes.
And he was the inspiration who made me come to Dubai. On my way from and to Iran, I used to stop in Dubai. He said, why in Iran? You can be here. This is a better place to live. I said, fine. So he was the first person to put a visit visa for me for Dubai.
The first step.
The first step. And he came, he put that visit visa for me, and he had a clinic on Binyasa Street, and he had an internal medicine person with him. So he was very jealous. He thought that I'm going to replace him. See how things work. So I didn't, of course, replace him. I never intended to. Dr. Gajwani was the first person. He was my teacher, mentor, and subsequently my patient also. He's no more, God bless him. So I came here. When I came here, initially went for the interview there was an interview board. They used to conduct an interview. That was in 1990, and there were 4 of them. After the interview, they suggested that I can be working in the government sector with them. I said, I have applied for a private practice.
Doctor, since which year you are here in Dubai?
1991.
What the challenges have you faced during this year to now? Have you faced any challenges in this sector, in the medical center?
In the medical center or in the medical sector, there are 2 things. First one was to start the practice.
Yes.
That was a big challenge, where to start the practice. So since I'm from India, the thought process would have been, go to a place where there will be more Indians, you will have more practice. The more Indians were in Dubai, but more clinics were also there in Dubai.
Yes.
So I thought, well, let me come over to this place. And this building was a brand new building. I came to see it and I liked it, and I signed 4 apartments here with the idea of making into a small hospital type of thing, which depending on the rules and regulations at that time did not happen. And I had to surrender the 3 other apartments subsequently. The credit goes to, this building belongs to Sultan Al Owais at that time. He's no more. And I went to him, I told him, sir, I'm not able to do it. Can you take back these 4 apartments? And it was so nice of him. He said, yes, don't worry. He gave me all the checks back.
Yes.
And somebody new coming in who doesn't have money, and getting the checks back was fantastic. So he had an office across the road. I used to go and sit with him, and he used to show me his pearls. Well, that was the first challenge, to find a place. I found this. Then we envisaged a hospital setup, which did not happen. In those days, there were no private hospitals allowed. My first sponsor was Mr. Rashid Obaid, who was at that time director of the Ministry of Health in Dubai.
Yes.
So he also tried, but he said, no, the law is not permitting to have beds and all and put up a setup like that. So I said, okay, let me put up only a clinic here, and maybe later on.
Yes, step by step.
Step by step. And a bigger challenge at that time was money. We come away from home to a greener pasture where you have more money, isn't it? Yes. We all. So when I planned that hospital kind of setup, there were 3 other people involved with me during the planning phase. One was the same doctor who sponsored me here as a visit visa. One was the gentleman from the Ministry of Health, and one was a private, a businessman, a jeweler. When I started spending, I saw that none of them is putting in money, only it's my money. Yes. And if the checks get blocked, it will be me who will have a difficult time. So I got wizened up in time and withdrew. Then I said, okay, Khalivali, I don't want a bigger setup. I'll have my own practice. Thank you very much for your association. So God was kind. He gave me wisdom. And so I started my practice here. It was August 1991 that I became operational. And the rest has been history. I grew gradually, potentially. But, and as you noticed that I have grown without a signboard since then. Yes. My children were small. They were 1 year and 3 years old, and now they have graduated out. And yeah. So this place has given me growth, given my family a growth, and given my profession a growth. I have been in this place in the same very room. The chair is same. The things have changed. Other things have changed. That's about how the major challenges were to finding a place and initially establishing here. Then the work speaks.
All of us have to face challenge to succeed in lives, of course. So, Doctor, who have been your biggest supporters and mentors throughout your career journey?
About my biggest supporters have been my patients, I would say. You see, each patient is an ambassador. He goes and talks and then comes. I have people, I had a patient family who is coming from Kuwait. The lady will call me, my daughter, I'm sending her by this flight. I will send a driver to pick her up from the airport, see her and send her back to Kuwait. So that is how I would say that my patients have been the biggest supporters. I have patients from Oman, I have patients from Iran, Nigeria, Senegal. So they love me so much. The love and affection of the patients have been my biggest strength. And I own my patients in a way. I don't simply prescribe medicine. I sit and talk to them. I understand them.
Why the patients come to here instead of other doctors?
Yes.
Why do you think?
Because the way I treat them probably. I mean, coming from me, it may appear as if I'm praising myself. But then, as I told you, that I own my patients. I sit with my patient for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I don't see patient in 3 minutes and 5 minutes. Okay. So when I see, I understand, you came to me with a cough, but I will see you as a whole. So I see the person and treat the person, not the disease. Yes. So that's the difference with why they come to me. So I would talk to him about his health, about food, oh, you have pain in your leg, but I didn't tell you, doc, but I can see you have this. So, and people like me from my generation, we are more clinically trained people. So we don't depend on too many tests. Yes. If you go to modern day, I shouldn't call myself from an old generation, but still practicing, but the doctors who have graduated out recently and now in practice, they see you by a non-touch technique. Nobody cares to even touch the patient. They will write a battery of tests for you, do this, and then, oh, you have this, now you go to so-and-so. Which is not. But if you don't touch and don't talk to the patient, you don't treat. The healing touch is necessary. Yes. So you heal the patient. Don't even call a patient. I don't call them sick people. I call them unwell. Sickness should not be owned by anybody. Yes. I am a diabetic. No, why are you owning diabetes? It's a condition which you are living. You live your normal life. So never own a sickness, I tell my patients. And I discourage them from keeping medicines at home. I tell them, if you're keeping extra medicines at home, you are intending to be sick.
What they should do?
They should not keep extra medicines at home. when you need them, Dubai is a place of plenty. We have everything in plenty all around us, in entire UAE. So phone call gets you everything.
Yes.
That's another,
Other than the patients who have been your biggest supporters.
other than my patients who are my biggest supporter, the community, friends, I would say. I was initially associated with Indian High School, where I was a medical director, coordinator and director for their health services. They have 4 schools. I established medical centers. They supported me. Then we have an India Club. I was on the board of directors of the India Club. And so we have a lot of community coming there. I have a lot of local Emirati friends.
Yes.
They have been a good support to me. And since I was in a business council, I was the business council chief, Indian Business Council. So I used to visit the Dubai Chamber of Commerce very often, and good number of friends I have there.
So, Doctor, let us now shed the light more on Anubhar Medical Center. So, how was Anubhar Medical Center founded, and what vision led to its establishment in the medical center, in the medical field?
Now, Anubhar Medical Center, Anu is my wife's name. Okay, and I'm Bharat from Bharat. When you make an establishment, this I learned in UAE, you have to register a name with the economic department.
Yes.
They had a form at that time, put 5 names and go. So I went there with 5 names, 1 5 names, second 5 names, third 5. No, we have this establishment by this name, so they don't repeat the names. After 3 lists failed, I thought, now what to do? I'm going there again and again. They are not giving me a name for the medical center.
Yes.
So I thought, if I combine mine and my wife's name, there cannot be anything else like that. So I added her name and my name together and went with 1 name on the form. The guy looked at me, why only 1 name? I said, you look in your computer and see if... He said, well, there's nobody by this name. Yeah. So this is how the genesis of the name was. And Anubhar was born. Yeah. Medical center is a medical center. I opened up, as I told you, that it was intended to be a small hospital or a nursing home type of setup,
Yes.
which didn't happen because of the challenges, because people were not very supportive at that time. There was I didn't have much money, but there was nobody ready to back up. A very important point here is that in my life, I have never taken a loan. So I didn't want to take bank's money and start a setup.
You need your own money.
I needed my own money to start. If they were associating with me as partners, it was different. But I realized that they were not interested in putting in money. They were only interested in if it becomes successful.
Yes.
Which didn't. So I have never taken loans. Even if I buy a car, I go and buy a car in cash. The guy was laughing at Gurgash. He said, Doc, nobody pays cash for the car.
Yes. So you pay cash?
I buy the car. If I don't have money, I don't buy it. So, yeah, you can buy a smaller car, less car, with what money you have.
People who think like that.
My dad told
I'm
me,
one of these people.
My father told me, if you don't have, don't eat. If you can buy and eat. So ever since then, no loans. Never he took loans, never I took my loans. No loans in my life. No loans. My son told me, for education, I'll take a loan. Everybody's taking loan while he was studying in America. I said, but why do you want loan? Dad is there still to support you in case I get...
Yes.
You know, trusting God is very important. Have faith in Him and He takes care of you. So whenever I needed money, like the biggest checks in my life I might have given, I'm not a businessman.
Yes.
So the biggest checks which I might have given in my life are to the universities. Yeah, for my children's education. Yeah, 250,000 dirhams, 150,000. Like that they charge, you see. These American universities are crazy. Yeah. But then that is a legacy we leave with our children.
Yes.
We are service industry people. We are not a business class that you leave a factory for your son or for your daughter, you see. So they are very well educated, both. My son started as a biomedical engineer at Boston University. He did research in chest cancer at Harvard. Then he learned surgery at Mayo Clinic, did his medicine from Royal College of Surgeons. Yes. So this is how Well, let's go back to Anubhar Medical Center. So this was established like Anubhar, like that. And yes, since I mentioned my daughter did mechanical engineering from University of Virginia. Anubhar Medical Center, I started all alone at that time. Then I added a psychologist with me. The lady, Dr. Christiane Wirth, was with me, an excellent psychologist. She was in this room with me, and she passed away some time back. But she had left from here. Yeah. And she was a good German lady and fantastic. So this was my first other doctor with me in the clinic. After she left, I had put up a dental setup in the same room, and I had a dentist, 1, 2, 3 chain. And the dental setup I removed during the COVID period. After that, and there's no dentist, I removed even the instruments now, the chair and all, till I put somebody else. And then I had another psychologist with me, Dr. George. So we were 3 at that time. But now, since the COVID time, I'm all alone in the setup. And goes on, the Anubhar Medical Center goes on. Yes. Well, intending to do it again, probably. The vision, if you ask me, will be to add on a home care system, home health care, which is, then COVID taught us this. Yes. COVID taught us many lessons. We were all mortally scared.
Give us one lesson.
One of the lessons was that we should be seen in healthcare, particularly in my kind of specialty that I'm doing internal medicine, yes, and which you practice in a general way. People will call you and ask you a question, and then done, finished, I treated. With my experience, it's good enough you tell me 3 things and I can diagnose you on phone and treat you. But where do I earn my bread? Okay. So if everybody I treat on phone, but this became a reality during COVID period, yes, when people started understanding that the distant advices can be taken and paid for. So even now, during COVID period, I treated patients as far as Australia, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan. As I said, the African countries. I was online with them, and they used to, the consultation fees and all, never was an hassle. So
on this point, it was good for you?
It was good, in a way. And though during early COVID, when we were all scared, I had to shut down. When I first diagnosed my first patient of COVID, I was also scared. I'm a senior age person. Though I was using PPE and 3 masks and headgear and shoes and double gloves, but still, you never know what happens.
Yes.
So I closed down the clinic during COVID period for 2 weeks. But then I thought, if you shut down, you see, in practice like mine in a clinic, in a way, we are daily wages workers. You earn your bread every day. Yes. You see? So I said, how long I'm going to sit at home? Then I started doing this tele consultations with people on Zoom, on Team. So this was a big lesson for me during the COVID period. And it even works now. Now people know that we can call, have a discussion, and pay for it and finish. They get a full advice on phone, which is good. They save time, they don't drive, they're not in the traffic, no pollution. You see?
It's better.
Yeah, so this is a big lesson from COVID. Hygiene, of course, was another good lesson for everybody. That was not only for me, but yes, hygiene was another good lesson which we all learned from COVID. Eating habits, cleaning hands.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. We should use always, not only in COVID. Yeah. Doctor, growth required well-planned strategies. So what are the future plans and strategies for your company, and are you planning to enter the GCC region?
Well, that is of course the vision, that to expand and have first multiple outpatient clinics and then grow into a hospital setup and getting into other regional places, or first the Emirates, and then that of course is the vision.
Where is the first destination you are looking for?
No, first one more in Dubai.
One more in Dubai, and next?
And then go on in the neighboring Emirates one by one. So Sharjah, yes. I mean, over the world, if you talk, since I practice in Iran, I still get a lot of people coming from there to me. So would love to be there, but well, it's not easy with that country in particular right now. So that would have been that, but I don't think that would be. Oman is another place where I think of.
After Dubai.
Yeah, that's a good place to be. And the people are good and the place is congenial.
Doctor, what are the key achievements you are most proud of in this company, in Anubhar Medical Center?
Well, first of all is the survival for 33 years in this environment, in a very competitive world, without advertisements, without signage. Because as I said, that my concept is if I advertise or put a signboard, I'm a shopkeeper, which I'm not. I'm not doing a business that I'm selling health. Yes. I provide health as a service. Yes. So I'm a health provider, a service person rendering service. So I've survived. That's a big achievement. That means people recognize my work, and it's word of mouth which has let me grow here over the years and reach the current stage.
How do you see the healthcare evolving in Dubai in the next years?
Oh, fantastic.
Do you have your own vision?
Yes. Dubai, see, there was the cabinet document about the Vision 71, something like that. There was the project, okay? Now, to have a vision of that kind, you need to have a good, healthy population. Hence, the healthcare should be very big. And the vision of the rulers is fantastic here. Yes. The three more important aspects which are needed for growth and achieving those targets: healthcare, education, infrastructure. And they are growing by leaps and bounds. As I told you, my number was 593, and now it is 13,370. Maybe by now it has become 15,000 when we are talking. 13,000 was probably the number from the last end of 2024. So the government is paying a big attention. Still, our the doctor-patient ratio in this country is second in the world. Say in Dubai, yes. We are second to Germany, and we are better than UK, the doctor-patient ratio. So this much, the government is putting in efforts to grow, and so we all are part of the same industry growing together. Application of AI, application of technology, that will take medical care to a different level. Probably there will be no medicines or pharmacies like that.
You think, doctor, that technology will play a big role in the healthcare in the coming years?
A mega role, a big role. As you see,
in the coming years,
yes, in next decade or so at the most. See, you come to me right now, we give you antibiotics, and people, without even understanding what an antibiotic is, no antibiotic. I tell them, see, listen, you are not my enemy, and I'm a trained person to prescribe, so I'll give you something which is useful for you. So
what role technology will play, you think?
You see, that's what I'm coming to.
Yes.
You'll come to me, the technology will be so well advanced, I'll just look and touch your throat maybe with a swab. Oh, this is this bacteria infection. So we are heading in an era where the pharmaceutical industry in its present form will be redundant. I don't think we will be treating people with chemicals or antibiotics. There will be instant diagnosis if you came to me with an infection, and I will have nanorobots which are programmed to treat that kind of bacteria only. So I'll give you an injection of nanorobots. They will go and pick up each and every streptococcus in your body and kill it. So by the time you reach your office.
Which year will appear this injection?
Maybe a decade.
Maybe?
1 decade, 10 years. We are not very far. Healthcare, medical industry is the fastest growing industry, still the least known.
Every day we're growing here.
Yeah, it's exponentially growing, and technology is helping us to grow faster. So the government, fortunately here, is well aware of that. Probably we are the fastest growing country from that point of view, from technology point of view. Nobody can beat UAE from the the growth rate in the technology.
Yes.
It is fantastic in all fields, and the application to healthcare is fabulous. So as I said, that these nanorobots, when we inject, they kill, and they are pre-programmed to kill themselves after 1 hour. So they kill the bacteria, kill themselves, get out and excrete. So no adverse effects. By the time you are reaching your office, you are healthy, so no sick leave for you.
Yes, great. No sick leave for all employees.
Because you'll be healthy so fast.
Yes.
And it is technology which can help us diagnose chronic diseases and help them early on, and hence the mortality rates will come down, the maternal mortality will come down, people will be less handicapped, less incapacitated. So application will help us in diagnosing early, treating early.
Different fields, not only the healthcare field.
You are right. You are absolutely right. I think the application of technology has revolutionized every field. And since the interface with the human being is very important, will be such that we will be having a lot of wearable devices. Each human being will be wearing too many devices probably, which will be monitoring your health from minute to minute and conveying it to a system. There comes the cloud capacity. It has to record data from 8 billion population and analyze and take care of them and be reactive to that. So this is where, again, technology. Analyzing that cloud data will be cloud. So it will help in a big way from the data coming from 8 billion population, wearables on 8 billion population. The wearables will tell each and every fact about your health to the system, and hence it will react to it. It will guide you immediately. Listen, you are doing this thing wrong, and this can be prevented. So we will not have another epidemic like COVID. We can preempt that. We can smell it beforehand. And
Dr. Salwi, so how the healthcare ecosystem supported for the growth of Anubhar Medical Center?
Yes, the DHA has been a great help. The way health authority, the regulatory authorities, their time to time inputs, they come guide you. What should be best, what is in the best interest of the organization. There's a lot of guidance comes through the regulations, and that has helped me to grow in a very big way.
Great. So how can you define success for us, doctor?
You see, in any field, I say you are the best if you render yourself redundant. So like the police is best if there is no crime. The doctor is best if there's no illness. So I look forward towards an era where there will be no sick people. So this is where technology will help us to reach, because we will be talking only of preventive health and rehabilitative health. The curative health should not be there. Prevention is where, if I have prevented everything, I've done it. I have a very healthy society. But degenerative changes with the age which come or with the trauma, they need rehabilitation. So we will need more of preventive health and more of rehabilitation health. Those centers have to grow, and I'm sure the health authorities here are too conscious about it, and they are working in that direction. We have now several rehabilitative centers also. Like preventive health, vaccination is a very basic thing. But then preventive health, say genetically preventive health. So we have now centers which work on your genes, and they help to modify them. So those kind of things will develop more, and there'll be probably more workshops than clinics. So where we human beings will take ourselves, like we take our car to a workshop every 3,000 kilometers, maybe every 3,000 days or 1,000 days, we'll go for a.
Doctor, so a long experience in the healthcare field, of course you have an own advice for the people are looking to enter the healthcare and medical services field. What's your advice to them?
The best advice for people is, lifestyle changes. The medicines should be used minimum, I would say. We will be reaching an era where we'll be hardly using medicine. As I said, It is the preventive health which is important. I should be caring for your health, not for your illness or sickness which you have. I don't even call it a sickness. If you are unwell at that time because of some aberrancy in your lifestyle, weight will play a big role. Food plays a big role. The more closer to the nature we live, the more active we stay, we will be remaining healthy and will not need medicines more. So I would advise that eat healthy, work healthy, exercise regularly, and you'll not need medicines.
Finally, Doctor, we conclude this episode by a message from you to the UAE rulers and governments.
The UAE rulers are probably the best available around. They have been working, their vision has helped each one of us grow. The very fact that I was born in India, but I've grown in UAE. So in our language, we say Janam Bhumi, which is the place where you're born, and Karam Bhumi, where you've been working. But Karam Bhumi has placed a bigger role because I've spent more years here than the place where I was born. And it is with the courtesy of the rulers that I have grown, each one of us here. And I'm grateful to them for the vision they have provided and for the entire country. A very safe country to live in, a very healthy environment and always looking upwards towards growth. In a global recession scenario, UAE rulers look upwards and they succeed. So they've been really a great support for each one of us who has grown here in UAE.
Thank you, Doctor. It was my pleasure hosting you today.
Thank you so much as well. And it was nice talking and discussing the growth of our country, of our beloved country, I would say. I'm more of an Emirati rather than an Indian here and now because of my 67 years of age, I've spent 34 years here, so more years here than I had spent in the place where I was born. So I'm more of an Emirati than an Indian here and after from my life point of view.
Dear audience, we reach the end of our episode. Watch us next week and goodbye.